Now for question 10, now hk they are constant such that h times k is less than 0. So if two things, the product is less than 0, do you think that what will be the sign for h and k? Can we have positive and positive? Of course not, because the answer is less than 0. That means the answer is negative. So how can we have the product of negative? That means we can have either positive times negative or negative times positive, right? We can't have both minus or both positive, because if we have both minus and both positive, then the product should be positive, right? So we have only two cases for h and k, plus and minus or minus and plus. And now I would like to find out what are the true for these quadratic equations, okay? So number one, the graph open upwards. So how can I know the graph is upwards or downwards? We need to check the A. What does it mean by check the A? That means you need to expand the equation first, okay? So if I expand the bracket here, y equal h minus x times k minus x, then we'll got this one actually. Sorry, write the wrong things. Oh, maybe I take out the question 10. So x squared minus hx minus k squared plus hk. If I expand all the things, I'll do like this. Okay, so after we expand the things, we see that the a is 1, right? The coefficient of x squared is 1. So if a is positive, then the graph should be open upwards. It's correct. So 1 is correct because a is 1. Then the graph is happy face. Okay, so how about 2? The graph has two intercepts, two x-intercepts. So how can we find out x-intercept? That means when y is 0, right? We'll find x-intercept, that means when y is 0. So when y is 0, what is x? We can go back for the original one, okay? Because original equations, we got y is equal to 2 bracket. So if 2 bracket equal to 0, then we'll solve x is h or x is k. So you see that we have two answers. Means, how do you know that h and k, they can't be the same? Maybe they can be the same. Then we can have only one intercept, right? No, they can't be the same because their sign must be different, right? Must be one positive and one negative. So that's why they can't be the same. So that means we must have two different x-intercept. So that's why 2 is correct as well. How about number 3? Number 3, we check for the y-intercept. It's positive or not. So when we see y-intercept again, so x-intercept, y is 0. How about y-intercept? Y-intercept, that means x is 0, right? So for this number 3, I will check for this equation, the expanding one, okay? If x is 0, then 0 squared minus 0 minus 0 becomes 0, 0, 0. So y-intercept is hk. And hk is less than 0. That means negative. The question say this is negative, right? So that means positive is wrong. Because the y-intercept is hk. Hk is negative. So that means we have 1 and 2 only. That's why the answer is A.